I've been waiting like forever to squeeze this question in for my boy
Oh,
Apollo.
my bad,
It
bro.
just hasn't been. No, you good. It just hasn't been appropriate. But he says, he wants to know what you think. Naruto explains. He says, Kashin Koji versus Edo Nagato. And thank you for your donation, Apollo. I appreciate it.
Oh man, that's a good one.
Well, you said Kashin Koji versus Edo Naruto? Say it again?
Nagato.
Oh,
Nagato, yes.
Nagato.
Hmm.
I mean, if you go for the Boruto scaling, I mean, you
Yeah,
gotta go with
Kashin
you
Koji.
gotta go with Kashi and Koji. Because a lot of people think, oh, he's Jiraiya's clone, he's just strong as Jiraiya. Koji would beat the shit out of Jiraiya.
Hey, yo.
He beat the shit out of Jiraiya. Like Nagato, but thing on that is like Nagato, if he summons that and Nagato can summon the Gidomazu statue, now you got the whole thing like with the dragons that can shoot out and rip out your soul and everything. So like that's me interesting. Like Koji hadn't shown anything to be able to break out Chibaku Tensei. So like that's interesting. Like certain Naruto characters match up well with Boruto characters. Like if you get say like Damon, everybody's like, oh my god, Damon's this like depending on how you do it, like with two Rinnegan Madara with the limbo and everything, if he can get that limbo all fast enough, Damon can't touch it because limbo has a high clearance to be able to counter it. You need six pass chakra to touch it. You need six pass sage mode to sense it. You need Rinnegan to see it. It's in a completely different dimension. It's just as strong as whatever version of Madara is using it. So if Damon can't touch it and he can't sense it, the only way it can be countered is if he's touching somebody. So if it's a one-on-one fight, Madara theoretically could just use a human path and rip out his soul if Damon's off guard and isn't paying attention. Like human path can be countered, 'cause like Naruto showed you it can be countered, but can you stop somebody from another dimension from ripping out your soul? It's not like Nagato's right there in front of you or Madara is right there in front of you using it. So like Boruto characters and Naruto characters when they match up, it come down to understand the jutsu because some of them can tag Boruto characters.
Hmm. And that kind of leads into the question that my boy FBK left with the $20 super chat. Thank you for the donation, bro. He said, "What's up, guys? Crypto. Do you see any other new gen characters being able to keep up with Boruto and Kawaki power in the future? If so, who and how?"
You got backdoor power ups. Like I'm not even like on like some time skip shit because that's like typical shonen shit. That's how like Yamcha goes from Cyberman power level to Ginyu Force power level in only a few months of training. So like it's gonna happen, but um I think everybody on Team Seven except for Konohamaru is gonna come out with a buff, and the framework's already there. I ain't trying to trash on Konohamaru.
Dang.
I'm just keeping this shit real though. Like um with Sarda, you have a few things. So like with the Sharingan, the more hate somebody feels, or the stronger the emotional Chia feels, whatever that emotion is, it does something to their chakra and actually strengthens their chakra. Hate's been the one thing that's been most associated with it. When Tobirama was telling Hashirama, like, yo, you can't put somebody like Madara as Hokage, because have you heard the thing about the Sharingan? The stronger their hatred, the stronger they grow and everything. He wasn't even talking about the Mangekyo with that. So like, there's a way you can do that with Sarda when you channel that emotion. That's where her having those Sakura genes kind of come in because hell, both her parents were fucking moody. So like, that's one thing you can do there. But
Yeah.
between that and the chakra control, you can kind of get that. If you can get Sarda's Sharingan base level up to say she's keeping up with like the first version Karma Boruto, like once you add in the hate amp and once you add in like a amp that you get from the Mangekyo and everything, you can start stacking stuff that way. So there's a way to do it narratively. It's just that like their bases are gonna have to get insanely strong. The same thing with like Mitsuki, like with the Sage transformation. His base is gonna have to be insanely strong
Mm-hmm.
if he's gonna be able to use that Sage mode and realistically keep up. Because you're dealing with unquantified multipliers, and with both of them, it comes down to different things. Like the Sharingan, there's other factors. Like with Sage mode, it comes down to how much nature energy can you take in. The difference with 6-pass sage mode and regular sage mode is just one allows you to take in a fuck ton of sage nature energy more than the other one does. So it's like there's other factors like Mitsuki sage mode is different. Like Orochimaru did something to him. I don't know if he like butt fucked Natsuki or whatever he did, but he's like glowing and he's got fucking horns and the eyes. It's like what like that ain't fucking snakes. Well, that's something else. Like Orochimaru did something.
The longest theory, like from like the beginning of Boruto, is that Mitsuki probably has something to do with Tonetti because his sage mode looks almost exactly like Tonetti's. Was it Tensegan mode?
Yeah, the Tensegan chakra mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even when like Naruto chapter 700 came out, right? Like that would be like I want to say September 2014. Like I was like towards the end of my run in college, like in the fall semester. Like I remember when that came out.
Nigga says run like he was making a run for the championship.
Yo, who making a run for the championship? What championship?
How deep was your run in the playoffs, bro? What was it? Second round, third round, finals? Yo, we got to talk about the Giants later on in the pod, by the way.